All right. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Can you hear any background noises? Testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. All right, I do apologize, everybody. Okay. All right, so if you're in the live chat right now, go ahead and share this video everywhere on social media so that way you can go ahead and get more people to come on and join. All right. Okay. Go ahead back to the story. All right, I do apologize. So as I was saying, welcome to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes. Today we're going to be talking briefly about legendary and Warner Brothers announcing Godzilla and Kong, and I'm also going to be talking about, of course, what happened on, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Not going to be much because we already know about it. Okay, I just want to know your thoughts about it, and then we're going to rant about Rings of Power. Okay. But before we begin with that, I want to go ahead and share with you all a little something I've been doing before. Talk about Bitcoin. So this is also Black and Orange podcast, okay, where I talk Bitcoin and everything related to Bitcoin in a plain and simple manner. All right. Why? Because Bitcoin is for everyone. So from here on out, I'm also going to be sharing videos on Bitcoin. I'm going to have a different background, of course, something that's better rather than the thing that the Bitcoin symbols and stuff that's going to have a lot of people dizzy. And in case you're, curious about Bitcoin and what it is and what it does and everything, I got more videos that I've recorded previously. I'm going to add to this channel. And I'm going to have new videos talking about Bitcoin as well. All right. So what exactly is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is just, as they call, money to use by internet. Okay. So you can make lightning speed payments and stuff from one person to another without a need for an institution, a bank, or any other middleman. All right. It's just simply money that helps you to get to store your wealth. In other words, it is your wealth. Okay. So the interesting thing about Bitcoin is that it can't be controlled by anyone. Okay. The only person that can control it is you. Okay. The government can't control it. No corporation can control it. As a matter of fact, politicians and courts can't control it. All right. And that's what makes them scared of Bitcoin, because it's something that they can't control, and they also can't control the spending of it. Okay. Regular money, we call it fiat money. Okay, so fiat money has, over the decades or centuries, has been corrupt. Okay, people have done corrupt things with Bitcoin, and not Bitcoin, with money itself. And Bitcoin itself can't be corrupted. All right, because it can't be controlled. And the government everywhere is fearing Bitcoin because of the fact that, you know, they can't control it, they can't make it theirs, and there's no one like overseeing it. All right. So Bitcoin is created by someone or a group of people calling themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. All right. Satoshi Nakamoto back in 2009 saw the whole economic impact around the world and how so many companies are suffering and financially. So Satoshi went on ahead and created Bitcoin, so that way that can be an escape from a corrupt system of money. All right. So Satoshi wanted to make sure that no one is able to control it, that it was only for the people. Okay, only for the people to go ahead and spend it and buy things without the need of a credit card institution, bank. Best part about it, you don't even need a credit score to even buy it or even store it. Okay. Now, we know right now we're in inflation or a recession, as many call it. And crazy thing about it, you know, Bitcoin is far more, worth more than any currency. Bitcoin itself was the original cryptocurrency before all the altcoins came out. All right. So nowadays, that's the difference between Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Okay. Cryptocurrencies are just altcoins. Bitcoin itself is far more stable, it's secure, and it's also on the ran by the blockchain network where no one is able to hack into it. All right. So in the future, I'm going to go ahead and make more videos to talk about Bitcoin, and hopefully we can get more people who love Bitcoin and knows about Bitcoin can enter into the chat and explain more and help other people know more, understand Bitcoin better. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to Views with Hughes, your agenda free news. All right. So for the first story, just give me a minute. All right, so legendary Warner Brothers announced that Godzilla and Kong will be teaming up against a colossal, undiscovered threat in the next MonsterVerse film. So what this article is basically talking about is that some new monsters are going to come into the scene, but they haven't really announced it. Okay, so some of the monsters could include, like, it could be either Destroyer, Biollante, or maybe even Toho. All right. And then there's also, like, they changed the origin story so that way it can fit the whole narrow earth theory. All right. So it's also weird because of the fact that, you know, it was also announced this week that Legendary and Warner Brothers weren't going to continue working together with any upcoming films. All right. But be on the lookout for more alerts than that. I'm also going to discuss more of that in the future when the details do emerge, okay? All right. And then other news, of course, we've all heard about this with the whole episode 3 and everything, where the reason why they, you know, decided to go ahead and get more people to watch it because of the fact that they had Megan Thee Stallion on it. And of course, we know that her and She-Hulk were twerking together. Okay, I saw the clip on social media. I'm not going to look for any videos to play it because we've all had enough of it. Okay, quite frankly, I don't really find a woman attractive, you know, like when she's twerking and everything. I don't really like that, seeing that as anything for me to look at. If you like it, then that's you. Me, it's just not for me. Okay, I'm a dude who's already engaged, and I'm only attracted to plain Janes. All right. But other than that, this is, like everyone was saying, this is Marvel now, desperate enough to go ahead and get superstars who have a certain type of body, who rap. We'll talk about lyrics that are, you know, of sexual nature and everything, and then going on ahead and go on a show where teaches, where it promotes that women should not be objectified by having 2 female characters twerking. Okay. Yeah, I know they said that this is just comedy. That scene was just a comedy, something meant to be funny and everything, but not everybody thinks it's funny, you know, and the ratings are going to show, probably going to show. All right. So Let me know your thoughts in the chat as well about that whole thing. All right. So we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk right now about Rings of Power. Okay, Rings of Power itself. A lot of people have had early reviews of it, and some of them are either positive, where they're trying to go ahead and continue to make more money off from the company that's telling them to go ahead and write positive reviews for it, try to promote it and all of that. And then there are those who are surprisingly part of the establishment media who've watched it and then gave bad ratings. Okay, so I won't say bad ratings, but more like honest ratings. All right, and I guarantee you all they're going to be saying that, you know, they've been review bombing the show into oblivion when that's not even the case. All right. So it's like, other than that, I mean, the show is I'm not even going to watch the show itself. Okay. So it's like this, you know. Either you watch it, you enjoy it, or you watch it, you don't. All right, but tell y'all this right now: do not do any hate watching, because they're gonna go ahead and make money off of hate watching. All right, if you do a lot of hate watching, then that's how they're gonna make money. That's what's gonna make them look forward to making season 2, so on and so forth. All right, on something that's not even Tolkien. But yeah, like even over in England, like one reviewer and stuff, I think from Daily Mail, he just basically slaughtered it. All right, he definitely slaughtered it. I've seen it myself. I'm looking for the article right now. And you know, but we got a different kind of Galadriel, who I'm not even sure if I should call it Galadriel, because it's not the actual Galadriel in the books. All right, where she was already powerful, you know, because of the fact that she was born in the years of the trees. Okay, not to mention she also had a ring, so she had good foresight as well as, you know, good instinct. All right. But other than that, you know, Payne and the other showrunner, they basically ruined the whole thing, in my opinion. Okay. But other than that, it's like I just, a lot of establishment and pop culture media out there, like Vox saying that on the title in Rings of Power, it's not horrifying to be a woman. So virtue signaling right there. And right now, Vox is struggling as it is. They're trying to do what they can to get eyes on their articles and everything. So they know that there's going to be people who hate the show. They want them to go ahead and read the article for themselves or hate read it. All right. But we shouldn't give them that kind of benefit. That's a benefit for them that they're taking along, and they don't deserve it. Oh, but here's a story that's been reported about 48 minutes ago from comicbook.com. Gotta wait for it to come up, but they're really still trying to go ahead and outdo House of Dragon. Okay, so comicbook.com reports that the Lord of the Rings of Power, where Amazon suspends user reviews for Rings of Power. Okay, so this is interesting. So it says here, as has happened with other recent streaming releases, Amazon Prime Video's latest series, The Lord of the Rings of Power, has found itself the target of review bombing, here we go, of some unhappy campers. Here's the thing, though. I wouldn't really call it review bombing, because review bombing is just a bunch of people who come together and then just basically, for sake of purposes, without watching something, go ahead and give them automatic bad ratings, say bad things about it. But in this case, people have seen it, and it's lit up on on YouTube or in other places through social media where people are honest about it. And even Grace Randolph herself called Galadriel both Karen and Mary Sue. All right. And if Grace Randolph says that, then you know that the show is in trouble. All right. So I guarantee you, it's definitely not review bombing. These are people who genuinely watched it when they were premiered either today or they watched it in theaters. But they genuinely dislike the show itself. All right. So the Hollywood Reporter, gonna go ahead and open that new tab, brings word that Amazon is fighting this by suspending user reviews for the series on the Amazon landing page or Prime's video app, so preventing anyone from leaving a rating on it at all. All right, so they're just basically stating that, you know, they're not going to include any ratings, period, whether good or bad. I guarantee you, just to cover up the fact that, you know, they don't want to come out as being against those who don't like the show. And then, you know, they want to only keep the good reviews up there, but they don't want to be seen doing that. So they just went on ahead and not have any reviews up there. Okay, so they're desperate. In my opinion, they're desperate. They're hearing early reviews about it. A lot of people disliking it. And I guarantee you all, there's going to be like a lot of positive reviews because of the fact that there's a lot of people out there who's looking to protect the brand, not the Tolkien brand, but Amazon's brand and their reputation. And they try to go ahead and, you know, make it all good, all positive because of the fact that Prime Video is really desperate. All right. We even heard them say themselves that they need this show to succeed because of the fact that if it doesn't succeed, then they fail. All right, because they're afraid that, you know, the executives are going to lose their jobs, and except for one. OK, and she, as I've told you all before, is the and she's the one who put the whole diversity and inclusion motto out there for Prime Video. OK, so it says here, as of this like today, the series has an 84% critical rating on Rotten Tomatoes, a promising number compared to an audience score of 38%. Okay, so critical rating score, that was the rating score done by where critics found it to be good and everything, or should I say critics, because a number of them are just looking to go ahead and continue to benefit and get primary access from Amazon Prime, and then continue to make money from the company. And then there's the audience score, where people, everyday people like you and I and stuff, who are watching the shows and movies that's on the streaming platform or being shown in theaters. And it's below 50%. Way below 50%, like 38%. And it says here, audience score of 38% featuring such trust reviews from trolls like an affront to true fans. The person responsible for this disaster should be arrested. So we can see that this website, like I said before, is definitely biased. Okay, so it says here in the past, Amazon Prime has leaned into the negative review bombing by certain sects of fandom. All right, in other words, those of us who are actually true fans of Tolkien and Tolkien lore. Even marketing multiple seasons of The Boys around the audiences that left 1-star reviews for the hit TV series currently filming its 4th season. With The Rings of Power, though, the series marks a giant investment by Amazon, the likes of which they have been committed to since entering the streaming game. It was previously reported that that just to obtain the rights for The Lord of the Rings, that Amazon spent $250 million, which coupled with the production that costs in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and marketing the TV series in the modern era, put spending on the series in the hundreds of millions of dollars, all before one episode has even premiered. So they spent $1 billion to make the show itself, and they bought it for like less than $1 billion, $250 million. All right. So it's worth noting that even if the series is being review bombed, it will eventually taper off as denizens of Denizens of those particular corners of the internet get bored and move on to the next thing. Hollywood Reporter notes that while She-Hulk was the most recent victim of this practice by some trolls, yep, this article is definitely biased. I guarantee you all that they're looking to get their money worth and access from the major streaming platforms, the big companies and all of that, basically the establishment. So comicbook.com is definitely establishment media. Okay? So it's all trash, you know. It's all trash, but I am going to restart this live stream later tonight. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, come back and recover right around 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So 6 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to restart the live stream once again. Thank you all for joining me for the part 1 of the live stream. I'll see you all back here at 6 p.m. Until then, peace.